Let's be clear. I'm not a skinny guy by any means, right? Look at the t-shirt that I'm trying to potentially release on the Cubaknow website. I think it's kind of quirky, cute, simple. This is a boxy fit size large. Fam, I'm definitely a large. This fits me like a bata. This is a Cuban muumuu on me. Look at the wingspan of this shit. I don't have lats, I have flaps. Now this looks like I'm ready to sky glide off a cliff. No parachute needed. I really have to rethink this sizing chart. This is stupid. Like, this is supposed to be the urban trend or the hood trend of this boxy fit lately. I can't wear this. I don't rock Balenciaga boots. Do I look like a fat guy that wears Rick Owens? Like all this this is huge, bro. Cool shirt though, no? So today's fragrance interpretation is by the Assassins over at Dupe, and the fragrance that I selected was Under the Starry Night, which is a Maison Margiela interpretation of Under the Stars. Is it me, or every time that you go to Sephora, there's a new Maison Margiela fragrance? I feel like it's non-stop with these people. Every time there's something new. Now the Maison Margiela line is not necessarily ultra expensive, but it's not wildly creative either. Sometimes they just do things really nicely. So I haven't smelled Under the Stars. I haven't been to Sephora in a couple of weeks. Broke the fragrance. What I will be able to tell you is if it's a nice fragrance or not. Let's roll my music. We can check out Under the Starry Night by those Dupe thieves. Blessed morning, my beautiful peoples. You know who it is. It's your boy, 𝗙𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏𝗏 watching today's video and I did select this fragrance because it just seemed interesting. The cool thing about the replica line is that it's replicating moments in time, or at least experiences. We got under the stars, we got by the fireplace, at the barber's, jazz club, music festival. These are all times and places or events that they're trying to inspire. So this is supposed to be what? Burning candle outdoors, literally having a romantic kind of escapade or scenery overlooking mountains and shit like that? I guess, but let's look up notes. All right, so the notes of the fragrance are black pepper, cinnamon leaf, cypriol, Virginian cedar wood, labdanum resinoid, oud infusion, and a leather accord. Very simplistic. Now again, not familiar with the original scent profile, but I'm curious to see what this smells like. The notes seemed interesting. It seemed like it was gonna be a more leather forward scent profile. I haven't smelled it as of yet. It is fresh out of the mailbox, so let's check it out. It smells kind of familiar, and not familiar to like the original. It smells like something. It's a very dynamic leather. It's on the drier side. It has liveliness and energy. This is a very bold leather. I don't get the under the stars. I don't get a burning fireplace kind of essence. I get a very leather prominent fragrance that smells actually quite niche-y. Hold on. I know you guys want more explanation on what the hell's going on, and I do too, but I'm kind of taken back a bit by the scent. Honestly, I feel like this is something that the brand 𝗿𝗏𝗏 would release, like that kind of leather. There's a little bit of a pine cone-ish forest scented background, so I guess that's where that starry night camping under the moonlight scenario might come from. But the leather here is pronounced and really, like, quality-wise to my nose. It smells a lot more indie niche than I would have expected. Like, if it wasn't for this little bit of this candle waxy right next to this leather, this would be a really incredible scent in the leather stratosphere. Like, it's kind of taking me back. I know I'm usually mad animated and like, yeah, what up? You know what I'm saying? Look at my tits flat. But the leather nuance in this scent has fucking just like, relax, let this shit, you know, register, because you're not playing here with kind of like a regular leather accord. There's something here that's very unusual, and I don't know if I would categorize it as wild mass appeal, but if you're a leather enthusiast or appreciate a leather note, this might catch you like really off guard. And I'm pretty sure that this shit hasn't macerated or nothing, so aging this joint a little bit, what would even come out of it? Let's give it some time. Let me do a respray of this scent. I'm actually gonna wear the scent because it's really find it interesting, and I want to see what the sillage bubble around me does, because this is definitely cold weather. Smoky, candle waxy on top of leather, green cypriol oil, a little bit of like this peppercornish dusting in the air. Has a lot of body, almost like a wet horse saddle, if that makes sense, like a fucking ass sweat saturated horse saddle. Very interesting. It's the leather in this fragrance more than anything. The candle wax scent is number 2, but the leather more than anything in this fragrance is really captivating and quality and super interesting to my nose. I like how it wears. I like the sillage bubble. It doesn't feel ultra pronounced in the air, which begs me to believe like, maceration might be But there's a classiness in this scent. There's a rustic nature about this scent. It almost feels like I'm walking into a vintage leather shop with all these different hides everywhere, but it's all aged in a way that gives it some sort of character and life. This is a very interesting scent. I think if you're a leather fan and a duo fan, this might be one that you want to check out for the simple fact that it's interesting enough in that leather space to have me like this. I really like this scent. Like, it's, wow. Now I have to go to Sephora or check the gray market to see if I can find the original to do a side-by-side, because if the original is as close or better than this, then we may have like just discovered a really badass leather scent that I personally haven't seen in a thumbnail or anybody speak about that particular fragrance. And if it has this kind of body in captive nature, I'm fucking interested. Listen, I'll put a link in the description. You gotta be a leather person. It's really leather and waxiness that's really coming from the scent, but it's so fucking interesting. And I'm wearing it today. It doesn't feel like it's performing outstanding, which let's give it time and see what it does. This is one that I'm gonna put in a place that I'll fucking find, because my duos are a mess. Like, it's so hard for me to organize them due to my lack of space. I'm gonna have to get like a fucking mini warehouse at this point. But I wanna revisit this and see what it does and really do a side-by-side comparison. Will I remember? 100% will not. But that's my thought at the moment. I love y'all, mother suckers from the heart. Have you smelled the original Under the Stars by Margiela? And did it grasp on you like the way that this fragrance is grasping on me? Like, do you get that waxy, leathery note? Or is it just something that's wildly different? Fuck. I love y'all, mother suckers from the heart. Feel free to let me know your commentary on the Smell Me Moo Moo. And should I just go regular size instead of this boxy fit? Or should I just put a disclaimer on the website? Buy fucking 2 sizes down. This is ridiculous. Smooches.
Fly gun holder, money folder, motor roller, start tack when it's time to call back. For the rough, rugged, and raw way, this nigga Jay, it's a game, but he don't play. Hey, for all the chicks that got dead in the penthouse suite on top of my mom's crib. It's nonsense you never get in. It's nonsense that you would think that you would.